Thank you. So I'm pretty sure that most of you know about Trigrr, our smart building integration platform. Just as a reminder, Trigrr enables 360-degree interoperability of any building device and application. And as we are mostly active in several sectors, such as business center, real estate, hospitality, corporate, and so on, we encounter a lot of projects and a lot of project decision takers like you on a daily basis. And each time the challenge is the same: to conceive a building that creates value for your users in order to retrieve value for you. So today, to create value for users is to create a building that delivers services to all its users and is considered by its users as a competitive advantage, actually. So at this moment of time, you are looking to create a building as a service and thus a smart building. So the problem is that smart building is a buzzword, and when you are brainstorming about it, you're just going in a very abstract spheres, very far from reality. So that's why our team, which was more and more often asked to help companies to define smart objectives and an implementation plan to go to these objectives, that's the reason why we decided to create SB Experts just a bit more than a year ago. So it's an advisory in that smart building activity, and SB is from smart building, of course. So your targets as a customer of ours is to increase the return on investment of your square meters, to have additional service revenues, to improve user experience, and so on. Another objective is, of course, to reduce the total cost of ownership, of maintenance, scalability of the infrastructure, and energy consumption of your buildings, and to take a position, and that your mother company creates a brand awareness because you are also moving towards that smart building market. So our mission is to translate these expectations in reality, and never forget that a smart building has to be smart at its delivery, of course, but also 5, 10, 20 years later. And it means that together we will conceive a smart, ready, and agile place. And how do we do that? We apply our original core business methodology, which is agility, which is very focused on users. And it's very interesting because it's very complementary to the role of the engineering office. So we help them and the entire project team to reach the end of the last mile leading to the smart building. And it comes, of course, with a lot of deliverables. So the first step here on the left side is to gather all the user stories of all the people involved in that building and to define with you the smart story of your building. So this functional analysis is an iterative process. And the next step is, of course, and that's the most complex part, is to translate the smart story into technical recommendations. And among our deliverable, the last one on the bottom right side is the accurate.
Just, Jean-Michel, we cannot see the screen now. So
sorry.
Can you share it again?
Yes, of course I can share it again.
It was very clear, so no worries, but you can just put it. Perfect. Okay, now we can.
Okay, so you see the slide. These are our deliverables, and it's key because actually the last one, which is the block diagram, more technical, of course, less functional, more technical, that's the one that will be taken into account by the engineering office in order to finalize its specification and to be sure that the building that you're conceiving will be able to support the expected smart story. And so our methodology is built of 5 steps, and depending on your maturity and the time you have, the project status, we can of course make something custom. And today, less than a year later, we have already a lot of success story in the Belux actors. So we are very proud of that activity today that is leading your project towards smart buildings.
Perfect. Great. Thank you very much. So it was very clear. We still have 1 minute if there are some questions. And if not, if there are no questions, it was actually very clear as well. And we already knew a lot about Trigrr actually with the previous event. Yeah. But if you want to share something else, a new information or still a bit more about the Smart Expert Building?
Yes. So the point is that when we are together in order to conceive it, the purpose is not to have a building full with technology, but to conceive a building with a backbone that will be able to welcome the technologies of today, but also the technologies of tomorrow. I mean, today in our boardrooms we don't have holograms, but within 3-5 years it could be something that you meet on a daily basis. And so we just think about, okay, is my building smart ready? And I am not captive of brands or people that will fix the place. No, we want to have an agile place to welcome the technologies of tomorrow in order to fulfill the expectations of the users of tomorrow.